Reverend Matt Coles, who's been deciding whether he's the right man to fill a gap in the Army Chaplains branch. He and his wife have been finding it such a tough call to make that at one stage Matt even withdrew his application. But as Julie Knox reports, he was eventually persuaded to attend the selection board. Here's how he got on.
In Westbury, Army officers are chosen. Only 1 in 5 applicants makes it from here to Sandhurst. The failure rate's not quite as frightening for those entering as professionally qualified officers, doctors, lawyers and chaplains, but nonetheless they're put through a gruelling course. For 3 days, their brains and bodies are tested with interviews, essays and reasoning challenges we're not allowed to show in detail. The candidates assume a number instead of their name. They're not pitted against each other, but against a standard.
It's a situation where you're deliberately put under pressure, and then they're just trying to push you to keep you thinking on your feet, seeing how you react under pressure. By all accounts, some of the people that come here literally pass out. They literally can't do it, and they walk out the gate, job done. So I think for us, there's slightly older professional entrants, people coming in later, then we've got a few more coping mechanisms in place. But it's still very busy, still very stressful.
At 31, Matt's the youngest here by some margin. The oldest is 48. Physically, he's the fittest, but he's not sure he's done enough to pass.
It will sting if I'm not selected, of course it will, but I know I'm trusting the process and the prayerful approach of many people here. That'll be what's right for me.
The board takes place under the watchful eye of the top dog collar, the Chaplain General.
I and others on the team want to probe quite carefully into people's backgrounds, their experience, their ability, as far as we can, to test what they'll be like in reaction to stress situations and to pastoral choices that they've got to make.
Addressing the chronic shortage of ministers in the military is one of CG's main priorities.
This is not for everyone, and therefore we have a duty of care in discerning whether this is right for those who apply to us. So we're not in the business of taking anybody, we are in the business of taking the right people who we feel God's called to this ministry.
5 out of the 6 on Reverend Matt's course did make the grade.
I had a phone call that night from the Padre that offers me a 3-year short service commission. So that was very exciting. Since that, my wife and I went down to Colchester, the garrison down there, to see a Padre and his wife, giving Vicky a chance to see something of the home life, to really ask some very honest questions about the very high highs, the very dire lows, and they were brutally honest, they were very useful. We wanted to go to Colchester, but we got Windsor, so it's even better. So our wildest dreams have been surpassed. It's in my wife's area of friends, support networks, family aren't far away. That was a real answer to prayer, and it really confirmed to us the sense that God was pulling these strings, and what was important to us, he was honouring.
Matt will be in uniform by next May. He's likely to deploy in late 2013. And the recruitment drive goes on.
We are hoping that within 2 or 3 years we may be in a position where we may have enough chaplains for every deployable unit in the British Army. Hope to God, literally, that is the case, because the need is great.
Julie Knox, Forces News.